Alrighty guys, and welcome back in. We're going to be spawning in on Mother's Dwelling right now. You can already see there's been 2 people that have played the double blood point event off-frame, which is awesome. So we're going to walk away with triple blood points at the end of the trial. Now, realistically, I would say don't work on the platform Jenny in the middle of the map at the start of the trial, but I don't know who the killer is right now, and we can hear the heartbeat getting a little bit louder. We're going to be versing a Leatherface, and I'm going to be very careful about how I make this maneuver. And I'm going to sidestep at the last second to see if I can get him to misposition. And I can't play the window, but I can play the other window because one is always closed and the opposite is open. Now, knowing that, it helps us out a little bit. Looks like he's going all the way around, so am I, sweetheart. Let's do it. And he's going to just dip. Very smart investment based on the fact he wasn't close, he didn't get a hit, and I didn't give him a pallet, and he might not have Nemesis play with your food. That being said, let's find an objective and get straight to it. A little bit of action at the beginning of the trial, but we are going to be A-okay with that. Don't see a generator in here. I kind of want to work on one near the center, but I haven't had any information. You notice how the obsession on the bottom left-hand side of the screen did change. That just shows me he does have Nemesis played with your food, which is very powerful on Leatherface, and as a Leatherface main, I can highly recommend it to a lot of people. I've wasted a lot of time going throughout the map right now looking for an objective, but it feels like I have gone past quite a few of them, even though I didn't see anything. I wanted to save the platform generator in the middle of the map. Now, the question is, what does Leatherface do with one stack of play with your food? Does he chase the obsession and M1 them, getting another token, leaving, rotating, and applying pressure towards the objectives? If so, that'll probably prevent a 3-gen or a gen rush, right? If he doesn't, and he overcommits to chase, tries to get too many stacks of play with your food, that's going to cost him 2 or 3 generators, depending on how it goes. Now, knowing he doesn't have corrupt intervention, that will hurt him. A generator to my right-hand side has already been completed. Completing this one might result in a 3-gen late game. However, once this gen is done, I'm running straight through the middle of the map, and I'm going to go to the left-hand side and try and work on a gen over there, depending if I see the killer. If I see the killer, I'll go to the right-hand side in the corner, as opposed to the left-hand side. I know the generators spawn very far apart, and, you know, I want to prevent any form of 3-gen that can happen. This being said, 2 people on a generator. It's going to take us 47.5 seconds. Here the crow despawn. It'll be back in approximately 15 seconds. Now that the generator is pretty much finished, we got one teammate unaccounted for. He just became the obsession at the bottom of the screen. Therefore, the killer is over with them. Therefore, this generator will not be completed if the killer chooses to play around it. But it looks like the killer's going to be over here, and that is a bad play by me. I need to be very careful. I'm not going to count the pallet. I'm going to try and utilize a window, but it looks like his stacks of play with your food might result in an M1 in the back. That means he's used a lot of stacks to play with your food, and all that time he wasted chasing the other guy went really well for us. Now, if he doesn't have bamboozled, it's going to hurt him. I'm going to just wait here and make him go all the way around. Make it look like I'm coming down. Hide from him a bit. He's going all the way to the shack. I didn't see a teammate in there, but I'm just going to dip, and I'm going to go for distancing. Doesn't really make a lot of sense. He didn't want to waste time on me, which was a clever play, but I went over there not too long ago, and I saw there was no objective. He's chasing me, so I'm going to run a loop of this entire building, knowing that I've already came through and began the loop of it prior. You can hear him coming up the staircase. I know where I need to drop down as well. And I am going to take him back over to the shack if I can make it in time, if he chooses to keep chasing. And he does keep chasing. And just like that, I've looped the killer outside of chase, and he's had to leave chase with me, and he got nothing out of it. He didn't get a hit. He wasn't building bloodlust. He didn't get a pallet. I knew he was following me. I could see him in the distance, so I just kept running prior to actually engaging in the chase. Now, you don't get blood points for that, and it's very, very, hard to see when you're playing killer. A survivor loop you outside of chase, but that was just a prime example of spacing and keeping a really good distance between the killer and I. I don't know his other perks. I know he's got Nemesis. I know he's got play with your food. I know he hasn't hooked anyone. Speak of the devil, and he's hooking a survivor now. He might have barbecue and pop. I didn't see corrupt intervention. I don't know if he has surveillance or surge, or well, he doesn't have ruin because we let go of an objective. We do not know his other 2 perks. I'm gonna guess he's going for stability, but at the same time, for the price of his stability, he's lost a generator. Or in this case, he's lost 4 generators. If he comes over, I go straight to the shack. If he doesn't come over, there you go. He's going to be leaving off that too. That is fine. I'm going to go straight to the shack. I know there is no real reason for him to come over there. He's not chasing. I'm going to look in this corner and see if I can see a generator after I search the chest. Now, fun fact about searching chests, if you press Shift, W, left click, you do something referred to as animation cancelling, and you're going to be able to grab the item almost instantly, which looks like this, as opposed to going through the end of the animation combo. Now, the quicker you get at it, the better it'll be. Now, that, unfortunately, is just a trade without borrowed time, and that's going to really hurt us, because now the killer can play off that. So what do I need to do? I need to be on a generator yesterday, and looking at getting it to pop. Killer's just waiting under a hook right now. I think he's going to try and go for the 2 kills here rather than the 1 now that he had ultras. There's no pallet over here. If the killer chooses to come over here, I'm in deep trouble. And he actually does have ruin. So it might actually be ruin, surveillance, nemesis, and play with your food. If it is... Okay, that's good that they completed the other Jenny. What's bad is the fact that he's near the hill. And I can see him standing on the hill. And now that Adrenaline has propped, I can't do an Adrenaline borrowed time save, which would result in me going into dying state. Let's see if there is a play I can make. Knowing that Leatherface is essentially, I don't want to say face camping, but proxying under the hook with a multi-hit instant down at a 2.5 second rev, and I do not have Unbreakable, I don't have DS, and Adrenaline has already procced. Probability of me being able to save this survivor myself without anyone trading is very slim. I'm talking maybe 1%. I need to get him to soar and stuff it up. But unfortunately, it looks like that is going to be the end for this trial. Now, Leatherface does get a bad rap when a lot of Leatherface players do this, but do think that he got no catches but 1 in 5 gens, so you've got to understand it from his perspective. However, this is where it's very important when you're playing Killer to understand 1 stack of play with your food is already increasing your lunge distance at 120% movement speed, therefore you're going to be able to do incredible hits. It's Leatherfaces that try too much to get too many stacks of play with your food that end up resulting in getting gen rushed. So sometimes 1 token is more than enough. It is actually enough to be able to counter the penalty you receive for revving up your chainsaw. Anyways, guys, that's going to be an informative educational survivor game against the Leatherface for you. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you slap that subscribe button. I do educational, informative Dead by Daylight survivor and killer content 5 days a week. It'll be a pleasure to have you guys pop into live streams over at Twitch, where I am live streaming Dead by Daylight as we speak right now. Anyways, guys, have a wonderful... I might not be doing it when the video gets uploaded though. Anyways, guys, have a wonderful rest of your day. Stay safe, and I will see you in the fog. Alrighty, guys, and welcome back. Today we're going to be spawning in on Grim Pantry. Already I can tell you in the bottom left hand corner we are going to be versing a Freddy Krueger. There is an obsession. Unfortunately, the obsession is me. I can hear a girl running behind me as well as a man, so it looks like I picked up 2 people. Alright, now what do we know about Freddy? Freddy is one of the strongest killers in the game based on the fact he has mass movement throughout the... That was lag, alright? Before anyone's like, wow, no, okay. It's just me being bad. Freddy's one of the strongest killers in the game because he can teleport across the board. He can fake a teleport, which is a 5-second activation time. He can also counter borrowed time as well as hinder survivors' movement speed by 15% with a 0.5 to 1 second prep time with 10 preps per board. And he can just re-prep them and doesn't have to refill. Freddy is one of the strongest killers in the game if you know how to use him. If I were to be versing some of the best survivors and I had no idea what map I was going to and no add-ons, I'd pick Freddy because of his kit. He's got a lot going for him and not many weaknesses. He's short, but he still moves at 115% movement speed. Even though he's shorter than a trapper, he still has the same field of view as a trapper. The only killer that has a smaller field of view will obviously be the Hag, or killers that can crouch, like Pig and Ghostface. That being said, Freddy has hit 2 players. I've woken up, my teammate's woken up. I'm applying pressure to this objective. When this one's done, I'm going to run straight over there. I can see, I think, hands through the swamp, and I think that's going to be a player working on a Jenny in front of me. Now, right away that I've fallen asleep, I instantly look to the bottom right-hand side of the screen. That's going to tell me what add-ons Freddy has. Now, right now I can see I have no penalty to being asleep, therefore, doesn't look like Freddy has any add-ons in that department. Now, if he doesn't have add-ons in that department, it means rather than being a Dream Snare Freddy, it could be a Fake Pallet Freddy. Now, Fake Pallet Freddy is about 15 times weaker than Dream Snare Freddy, but that is okay. Now, he might try and fake something here. We're going to take a double heal. No penalty towards healing, therefore he's not running Sloppy Butcher. Let's see what he does. Is he going to go for the pickup? He's taken a bit of time. Did he break the generator? Did he break a pallet? What took him so long to do that? He broke the generator. So why would he break that gen? Looks like he's a Dream... he's a Blood Pool Freddy. That's good to know. Now, when you are asleep, you actually glow, so he can really tell where you are. I want to wake up, and then I'm going to go for a borrowed time save. If I wake up while not being asleep, that's going to really hurt my teammates here. That being said, if I'm outside of the killer's heartbeat, like right now, borrowed time will not activate. So even if he left, I don't really get the counter of it. He can teleport back, but we're not going to really worry about that. I'm awake, so I can play around these jungle gyms quite a bit. Looks like my teammate has DS by how they're playing right now. We should get the gen done, then we should look at a group heal on the play on the right-hand side, depending on what happens and if that guy goes into dying state. If that guy goes into dying state right now, we complete the gen, and then we split. We all go in a different direction. The injured player takes upstairs, I go to the left. Wow, that's a lot of respect. That was a good play by him to sidestep. He's gonna try and lose him in the corn. Not the corn, but the swamp. I didn't need to. I want to tap that, but I don't have time. You know what ooh, somebody else beat me to it. Now remember, Freddy Krueger and any killer in Dead by Daylight can do something called Transfer Bloodlust. If you chase a survivor for more than 15 seconds and do not hit them, or break a pallet, or end chase, you will receive Bloodlust, which will give you 5% bonus movement speed until you end chase, break a pallet, or hit a survivor. Now, Freddy Krueger, what he could have done there was he could have got Bloodlust from me and then transferred it to my teammate, ran over and took a hit on my teammate at 120% movement speed. However, he ended chase with me early, therefore he did not get Bloodlust, which reset his Bloodlust entirely back down to a 15-second timer. You can only transfer Bloodlust if you have Bloodlust. If you're chasing one person for 10 seconds, then you chase Jeff for 5 seconds, it's not really going to matter. Now, I stood in that right there to A for 2 reasons. B, to get rid of it, and the other reason would be find out if he had any add-ons that were going to hinder me in terms of make me bleed more if I was injured. And it looks like I would be fine. We can hear that humming sound. That means he's teleporting or faking a teleport somewhere. If he was teleporting here, there'd be blood pouring out of the generator. He's not teleporting here. Therefore, I'm going to continue to work on the generator. I have balanced landing, so I can wait at the end before I drop, or I can take the stairs. I have a lot of really good choices right now. Knowing that all these pellets are real, I can play around the fact that I can loot these pretty comfortably. Unless he puts hinders down, which means I have to entwine my jungle gems together. Now, because of what perks he has, he would have something for information, right? So he either has Thrill and Tremor or Barbecue and Chili. I'm going to go on the assumption he has Barbecue and Chili. Alternatively, he could be running Discordance, but he's going to want to know where people are. And I'm thinking Barbecue's a right call. Now, what does he do with this information? He regressed the Jenny earlier rather than hooking the player and then regressing the gen, so I don't think he has Pop Goes the Weasel. He doesn't have Surge, because when he regressed the generator, it wasn't already being regressed with small red sparks. A lot of people don't know the difference between Surge and Pop. Pop gives you large red sparks, and Surge gives you small red sparks. Now, we can come in for this save. We are awake, and as long as we don't take an early hit, we're going to be able to make a really good save on this guy. I'm happy for him to see me and loop him there for a little bit. Looks like he's still floating around. It's going to be fine. We can hear the heartbeat fading. He might have actually rotated towards one of the doors. Might be looking at a no-ed gamer. Taking the save into an Adrenaline, which is going to instantly wake her up and heal her, putting her back into a good spot. You see that right there? That, ladies and gentlemen, is a perk called no-ed. No one escapes death. So one totem at random will be selected and will allow the killer to instantly down a survivor in one hit. I'm not 100% sure if it's no-ed, but I got a good gut feeling that is no one escapes death. Now we can see that as no one escapes death, we're going to try and break it. If he comes over here, he can one-hit down me, and he has an additional movement speed, and I'm about to fall asleep. If I break this in time, I'm going to be in a good spot. I know what door's open because I saw my teammate go down. You see the skull on the right-hand side? If that skull disappears, we're in a good spot. We're in a good spot, so we can run straight for the door without having to worry about too much. Another player just got hit, so that's really good. I'm going to go plunder because I think I have time. I hear running above me too. I hope Freddy's not coming down. Now, I can animation cancel on the chest by pressing Shift W left click. I need to wake up if I'm going for the save. My other teammate's about to fall asleep. I gotta go for a long run if I want to wake up. I will do it. A broken key, that's unfortunate. I think he might be coming to the basement, actually, so I'm gonna get in the locker. Sounds pretty loud. Remember, you can't hear the heartbeat, but you can hear the lullaby. That was a big lag vacuum. He put a blood pool in front of him. Unfortunately, if I save him, I'm going to farm him unless I take a really good body block from him. Now, let's have a look and see if I can take this hit. Oh, he's that way. Nice. Okay. You need to be careful about your movement, sweetie, or he's just going to do a 180 and cut you off. Really good movement through there with the blind into the pallet stun, and she's going to be able to make the way. So my teammate made a phenomenally good decision and play there with he managed to spin the killer and then get out. It was really well done to the player on my right, the Lori. However, at the same time, the other guy needed to be looking over his shoulder. He just ran literally for the door and hoped that the killer wouldn't cut him off. Even though the killer misplayed and my other teammate misplayed, one person walks away being the MVP in everybody's eyes there. Anyways, guys, GG's well played if you're watching this one over at YouTube. I know not a lot really happened in this game, but this just gives you a good understanding of how Freddy Krueger works and what you can do against him. Being able to tell the sounds like the humming when he's going to be teleporting, or that vibration sound that you can hear. Anyways, guys, GG's well played. Make sure you tune in for more educational survivor killer content like this one. If you want to pop into the live streams, I do stream DVD 5 days a week, and it'll be my pleasure to have you guys over there. Anyways, guys, I will see you in the fog and in the next. Hey guys, and welcome back to an informative educational survivor game. Now straight away we're on Record's Yard. I've spawned by myself in the open. The killer has played an offering to allow hooks to be closer together, and it's going to be a pyramid head who has already seen me. I'm not going to try and loop him here. I have no pallet, I have nothing to work with, and I'm running for a very bad jungle gym, and right after that is a dead zone. So I'm already caught in a really awkward situation where I'm going to have to use a bad jungle gym against this killer. I'm going to make a medium vault on the window or a fast vault depending on how long he takes. Good play by him. Is he going to cut me off? He is not. He's going to fall. I don't know where he went, actually. He just vanished. Okay, that was an interesting start. We're taking an early hit. I can't take a medium vault in the window. The bus is open. I won't make it to the bus in time in this loop. However, I'm running into my teammates. Unfortunately, he has to make a decision between me or them. He picked them. I'm going to come in and try and work on the generator after he chases them away. It's a really rough start for me. He took the shot that we expected him to. He would have heard that as well. That's why you tap gens in situations like this. Managed to make the window for the god. Just gonna dip around, take him towards the shack and see what we got over here to work with. Still in chase somehow. Ended chase. Bloodlust will reset. Is the basement here? No, so I can play towards the side of the map if I need to. I gave him no pallets. I took an early hit. I didn't understand where he moved to. He might have lost me in chase, so I should have taken unique pathing and left. However, we managed to get away from the very awkward side of the map that we were on and come to a much more stronger jungle gym throughout the board. Now, right now, this jungle gym is the same jungle gym I had on the left. You can tell by the pallet and where the window is located, but it's located next to the shack and the bus. So I have a lot of really strong options. Realistically, I shouldn't be doing the generator I'm working on because of how strong the surroundings are around it. However, based on the fact I'm injured, he's chasing somebody else, and I've already wasted about 80 seconds of the match, I think applying pressure to somewhere is very important. Now, you'll notice I preserved every jungle gym, which worked out in our favor. He's a little bit hesitant when he comes to his shock. When it comes to Pyramid Head, you move at 115% movement speed. When you stab your sword in the ground, and you do that pull-up animation, a really good Pyramid Head will be able to bait that action out, because while you're doing the start of the animation, you don't actually have a penalty to your movement speed. After you do the animation, your turning becomes horrible, so therefore you should be coming up to a pallet or a window, baiting the sword, and if a survivor goes through the window, you activate the animation and hit him. If he doesn't, you just, you know, walk up and M1 him. Much like a Demogorgon Shred, but with more lethality that can go through a pallet and through a window. That is how you play a Pyramid Head to like the next level, and how you can be able to catch the really good players if you're playing that style. That being said, he also has an ability that when you run through the barbed wire, you will see barbed wire on your screen, and when you do see the barbed wire, basically this means he can send you to a cage, which counts as a hook, across the board from your current location. If you've already been hooked twice and under the effect of the barbed wire, he can press the control key to instantly mori you on your location. That being said, it is a very common thing that a lot of the good Pyramid Heads will do, that they'll get you under the effect of the barbed wire. They won't, you know, send you away, but they'll mori you at the end of the animation. Therefore, they won't have to worry about DS towards the end, and they can just down you, kill you on the location, not have to worry about pallet stuns, flashlight saves. However, it'll hurt them in terms of Pop Goes the Weasel, Barbecue Thrill if they are choosing to run those perks. Being in the cage does, however, counter things such as Borrowed Time, Deliverance. It even counters your Devour Hope as killer, so you got to keep in mind that using the cage, there's a right time and a wrong time. If you just hook Jeff beside you and you down Megan, it might be a good idea to send Megan to the opposite end of the board, and if she gets saved straight away, you know where two people are at least, and you got Jeff behind you. You can play off that. Already you can see this Pyramid Head has committed to a chase for a little bit too long, that he's already lost 3 generators. He's going to most likely go for a hit through this. Not going to be able to... I'm not in a lot of trouble here. I got that window, that alignment that I was talking about earlier. Let's see what he decides to do here. I'm going to go back out and around through the outside. Do you hear the heartbeat fading? He actually just left chase after that. I don't know why. We knew exactly where we needed to go to block his line of sight to be able to make the play to the window, so he couldn't anticipate coming up with that ability nice and early. Now, he must have left because another generator has been being worked on. You got to be mindful, the way you beat a killer in Dead by Daylight right now will be applying pressure to different generators away from the killer. That being said, that's what my team did for a lot of the trial when he was both chasing myself and both chasing Smart. I'm going to greed because I have adrenaline. I'm going to hopefully dead hard this. And there's my dead hard. Unfortunately, he missed the skill check, but he does still have a pallet to work with. My teammate got caught out of position then. Looks like he's going to be okay. Killer has a real good reason to proxy camp. We should either regroup, split pressure, work on a different generator, because he's going to most likely camp that, right? This generator is nowhere near done. One person is mine that could be working on a different generator, and he knows he has 3 targets around one generator that's nearly completed, so he's going to play around the proxy to win that game. Unfortunately, they got the generator done in time. That being said, we're going to apply pressure towards this door. We're looking to our right. I took a heal. Looks like actually everyone took 1 healing stage then. Massive adrenaline play is going to really hurt the killer. That being said, overcommitting to your chases, you have to be very mindful of how long you are committing. If you can't get a hit or a pallet in 15 seconds, you've generally made a mistake at the jungle gym, and you need to think about relocating yourself. I'm going to leave the door prepped at 99. I'm going to search the chest. I'm also going to look for my injured teammate to see if I can assist him. Because that door is open, he's either at the door or the solo queue guy accidentally opened the door. I forgot to mention I am in a 3-man pre-main. There is one solo queue player in the game. Going to animation cancel the chest, which didn't really work well then. We had a bit of a jittery animation there. I'm going to open the door. I'm still not going to leave until my teammate's full health, which I just saw. This guy had a rough game. I'm going to wait in the exit. I'm going to give him 2 free hits for a little bit more blood points for him. Feels like time management is quite crucial when it comes to playing killer, and you need to be mindful of not overcommitting. Notice how he walked to the side? He tried to make me backflip so he could grab me. So the second I saw him walk to my side to get the hit on my left or on my right arm, I moved out through the exit gate. Because if you were to do a backflip, he'd be able to grab you and then, you know, take you to a hook. So because he tried to take that little bit of cheekiness, we decided we'd just leave a little bit earlier than anticipated at the end. Anyways, guys, GG's well played. If you're watching this informative, educational survivor game, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I do upload informative, educational Dead by Daylight content all the time to YouTube, and it'll be a pleasure to see you guys in the live stream where I stream Dead by Daylight 5 days a week over at Twitch. Make sure you pop in if you think you know everything about DVD. You can help me to teach the people that don't. Anyways, guys, thank you all for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Alrighty guys, and welcome back in. Today we're going to be spawning in on Disturbed Ward. We're going to be versing Freddy Krueger, looking at the bottom left hand side of the screen, and I had already started that generator. That just goes to show you how much lag the game has right now. I was able to spawn in, touch a generator, start working on it, even though the killer had corrupted dimension. So, you're going to see some incredible hits through pallets and windows on this game, I think, guys. It's not going to be a really clean one. Anyways, I'm going to try and work on this generator in the middle of the open. I know what jungle gyms are behind me. I'm looking at my left-hand side, another really bad jungle gym as well. Knowing I'm going to be versing Freddy Krueger means I have to be careful about my movement, as he can counter me really well. I'm guessing he's in the center of the map, but I can't be sure. I'm going to be very careful of how I move around the map. I got a really bad jungle gym behind me. This is a pretty good generator to get out of the way. Do keep in mind that Freddy Krueger can bait teleports and actually take them if he chooses to. That being said, we see some form of movement in the center. We're not 100% sure on what it is. After this generator's done, I want to go over there, and I'm going to do that one over there, but keeping in mind that it's going to be sealed for 120 seconds behind me too, through corrupt intervention. Now, I'm not too worried about what is going on. I'm about to fall asleep. My other 2 teammates, or my other 3 teammates, are about to fall asleep based on the fact that somebody taken a hit. If Freddy does hit you, you do fall asleep straight away. Keep that in mind. And you will not be able to utilize borrowed time, as being asleep is a complete counter to BT. Now, this being said, 2 people unaccounted for. They could both be working on a Jenny. I don't know what is happening. I did see running in the middle of the map earlier from 2 things, and I heard a harpy. Therefore, I'm guessing that was Freddy Krueger chasing one of my teammates. He scared the absolute potatoes out of me then. A little bit of a heart attack. I heard him drop down. I wasn't even paying attention. He must have came up through the hill. This isn't a horror game, Dwight. Actually, it is. That being said, if you guys don't know much about Dead by Daylight, it is a 4-player co-op survival horror atmospheric experience where you can play as a survivor or the killer, where your objective is to eliminate the survivors. That is going to be a Discordance Freddy Krueger. That, ladies and gentlemen, means that we know one of his perks. We also know he has corrupt intervention. Therefore, we know 2 of his perks. I would come back and get that generator if he chooses to, on what he does right now. I'm going to try and hide here. Let's see what he decides to do. I don't want to set the crow off. Right, he can beta teleport back if he wants. Knowing he has Discordance is going to change the playstyle. It does open us to split pressuring him a lot more. It does mean when stacking, we can be penalized for it though. He's lost 2 generators. He couldn't just hang around here. He got 1 hit. He got no pallets, and he got a hit out of another player as well. Knowing we got... That was quite the dead hard. But hey, I've seen it all. It's going to be Discordance right now. Yeah, don't work on the gen. The clever play here is to not work on the gen. As the second 2 of us stack on that gen, you'll notice blood will pour out of it because Freddy will be activating his ability. Now let's show you that in game. Now if there's blood coming out, it means he's running this Legion perk called Discordance. Also one of my favorite perks in Dead by Daylight. He hasn't activated it yet. I don't know if that means he's ready to get a hit on a survivor. Maybe he has Tinkerer. He did activate it that time though, and I'm pretty sure he'll take it knowing there's multiple people over here. Looks like he's a fake pallet Freddy, as I saw a pallet appear when he did that. I kind of want to wake up, so I'm going to come over here. I'm going to wake up, because there's 2 pallets here, and there's actually only 1 real one. And looking at them, this is the fake one. Now, that just comes down to the fact that a pallet will never spawn in that section of the jungle gym. I don't mean to sound like an absolute gamer there, guys, but I knew that was a fake pallet, so I played around it. This one might be fake, but maybe not. So you gotta be very careful with it. It was a fake pallet. Cool. So we're gonna apply pressure here. There is a generator all the way across the board to the right-hand side that teammates were currently working on. Freddy did teleport in there, therefore I think Freddy's playing around that. I have another injured player on the left-hand side of the board somewhere, so they're... Remember all that lag I was talking about? No, that was just me being bad. Alright, so I'm going to try and complete this generator. I'm then going to check on my teammate to the left-hand side. If I can group heal my allies, that's going to be very good for them as well. Keeping in mind the gen's going to take 80 seconds to do. He's down somebody in the middle of the map. Now, the bad news about that is there is a 50% chance the middle of the map has the basement. There's a 50% chance the basement is not there. I'm awake, and he's coming over towards me. No, he is not. Yes, he is. I'm going to go for a borrowed time save on this guy because I can get it off here knowing that I'm awake. He lost those 2 generators. That's going to be a BT save. Let's see what happens off that. Remember, he is a fake pallet Freddy. Now, actually playing fake pallet Freddy hurts your gameplay more than anything else, as you do not get a benefit from a hinder effect, which gives you a 15% slow on an instant place as Freddy Krueger. If he keeps chasing, okay, he teleported away. Now, they're going to try and complete that gen. I'm going to mend him. No, he's going to do his thing. I'm going to run over here. I'm going to help this ally. Now, keep in mind, he does have discordance, and he will come back in for this. I wasn't even on the generator, and he was already back. This is both good and bad. I got a pretty good window to play with here. He's going to take a hit in the back. He is going to be able to fast forward the window. That's why he took that wide pathing. Very clever play for him. I don't really want to waste time healing when I can go for the play on my teammate here. I reckon he's going to just go for the double back here. No, he's not. He's going to take the step on the window. I'm going to dip because I don't want to... Oh, he saw me then. I'm going to have to just keep running. I'm surprised he took that rather than a player who was mispositioned because I was out in the open then. And the reason I left was, well, I wanted my teammate to run around it without any form of collision or body blocking. I'm going to take a hit in the back here, which sucks. Unfortunately, I was unable to get away with it. However, I know he can't hinder my movement speed, so I'm pretty much versing. I'm going to wait, see what he does, because I'll just step through the window. I was fine, I had dead hard, I didn't need to worry too much, I just needed to be careful with my time management. He's already dipped somewhere else, he's got 4 people injured, but no people down. It's going to hurt him. Rather than stack healing, I want to apply pressure to the objective. I know he's over there too. This is a real pallet. I remember seeing it earlier. Okay, somebody already used it, so that's really good. I'm going to be able to make the window from a really good dead hard. I'm glad I didn't put all my faith in that pallet then. We're going to keep coming over here and see if I see something. It's on the other side. He took real bad pathing if he was trying to follow me there. He ran around the back of the wall where I originally went in the first place. I'm going to try and work on the gen in the middle of the map if it hasn't been completed. And I'm listening through the floor right now. I can't hear it being worked on. I know there's a chest upstairs that I'm going to be able to search as well for an item. I can hear the generator now that I'm on the staircase. So we're going to check the item and I think it's going to be already missing. And that will be a yes, meaning there are other multiple generators people could be working on. Keeping in mind that Freddy Krueger was teleporting away periodically, meaning he probably was using discordance to stop the other guys from completing the objective. I'm going to come over here for a free 250 blood points as well on this little crown I can get for a limited time only event. And let's go back through and to the right hand side, because this is the generator I spawned near that I didn't complete because he had corrupted dimension, right? So that way it's in front of an exit gate. I can hear it's not even really been started, and I'm safe in the corner of the map on an objective he has not came near. I'm going to get my dead hard back, and I'm at a very strong jungle gym, and I'm in front of an exit gate. As long as there's no totem here, I'm living the dream. I'm going to go into the assumption my friend has barbecue and chili here when he picks the survivor up and does go for the hook. Therefore, we're going to have to play around that by trying to hide line of sight and work on an objective in a different area. I'm going to prep the door to 99. I'm taking note of where both doors are, and we're looking at where the killer is. Alright. This is both a beauty and a curse. These doors are pretty far away, but we can make a borrowed time save. Do keep in mind, I have woken up through adrenaline. That guy is about to hit struggle, it would appear, by trying to get off the hook. Now let's see what he decides to do. Unfortunately, those 3 attempts probably weren't the best play, but he did want his adrenaline to activate. I'm guessing Freddy might be standing right under hook in front of him. If we have multiple people awake, we can make this play. Now, normally, under any circumstance, I would go to the door on the left-hand side. It would appear Freddy Krueger is coming in towards me anyways and is miles away from the player who needs to be saved. If he's really that focused on the door, I'm just going to go to the other door, or I'm going to hopefully get a teammate go for the save. If he's over here, that means there's no one under the hook to defend, and there's going to be a save. Not an adrenaline save, but a save nonetheless. Now, Freddy can't teleport anymore because he can only teleport to a non-completed generator. Every generator is completed when the exit gates are powered, therefore he has no map movement or no gap close, making him strong during trial, but end trial, making him a lot weaker. If you look at the bottom right hand side of the screen, I never mentioned this earlier, but he has no slowdown add-ons either, so there's nothing like the rope, for example, to slow you down. Looks like we have an assistant here. Don't know where my other two teammates are. Two players asleep, both of them awake. Therefore, the save that did happen would have been a borrowed time save. We are going to be walking away with what looks to be a clean victory. Now, Freddy hasn't hit anybody since the exit gates have been powered, and he did leave. Therefore, I think he might actually have access to no one escapes death. And it looks like my teammate is body blocking the door. Never mind, we'll have to go around. And we're just going to leave it, end the trial there. There's no real reason to stay in the map right now. We could have waited at the end of the game to see how it went if he did get a hit on somebody with no aid, but we're going to jump back into spectator mode, and we're going to have a little bit of a peek to see if any of these players are with Freddy, or if Freddy's anywhere near them, or if anyone actually takes a hit. We've got two people escape. They're both waiting by two different doors. This player is going to be exhausted as well. This guy behind us is going to be able to get out. Looks like that is going to be a clean victory against the Freddy Krueger. Anyways, guys, GG's well played. If you're watching this one over YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I do educational, informative, Dead by Daylight, Survivor, and Killer content 5 days a week. If you guys want to tune in to see that live, you can head over to Twitch and check us out. That being said, anyways, guys, I hope you had a great video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the fog in the next trial. Thank you all for watching. Alrighty, guys, and welcome back. Today we're going to be spawning in on the Pale Rose. Now, we have done a couple of videos on this map recently, so I'm probably not going to be doing too many more as of the next couple of days, but who knows, depending on what RNG gives us, because it is completely RNG dependent. Now, what do we already know? We're versing a nurse. I do have Iron Will, which helps us out a lot, but I did take off Balance Landing as a prize for Iron Will. Now, hopefully, with a bit of luck, she'll see me where she is right now. I don't know if she saw me with that. She made that a little odd. A little bit short on her second blink, but I can just go downstairs here. She recovered very fast from that blink. That tells me she has an add-on called the Pocket Watch. Pocket Watch just tells us that she can recover from her blinks at a much faster rate. I tried line of sight then, it didn't work. Try and get her to overshoot her blink, and she did. We're going to go all the way back the way, and we're going to keep line of sight. That Pocket Watch is doing damage with that fatigue time. Knowing she's charging 2 blinks, and I'm running on a very loud surface being the swamp, can hurt. But we're going to try and change our movement a little bit. Hopefully she doesn't see me through that. Let's see what she does. She's still a little behind, a little off with her lunge. She's really waiting for those 2 blinks, which is good for me. Does give me time to react. However, I'm in a bad spot if she gets her blinks now. I'm gonna take the window. And just like that, she overshot her blink again. I'm gonna keep using line of sight. I'm gonna run around again. I did see a generator glowing, so I know there's a teammate over there. We're gonna keep using this. Looks like she's gonna leave. That's really good for me. Line of sight is the biggest weakness against the nurse, making her not be able to know where I am while paying attention to how long she's charging. Let's talk about the nurse. By default, the nurse moves at 96.5% movement speed. When she's charging her blink, her hand will be open. When her blink is charged, her hand will be closed. She can hold her blink forever if it's her first blink. If it's her second blink, she has a small window where she has to do it, or fatigue. Now, I know this guy has a Pocket Watch, which reduces the fatigue time in between the blinks, allowing her to recover at a much quicker rate and punish us. That being said, line of sight was very friendly to me, and I'm going to be able to use that later on in the trial. Straight away, bad news. We got 2 generators done on one side of the map. That can hurt us. Got a generator in the middle of the map being worked on as well. Can hear the heartbeat. I'm going to rotate a little bit to the left here. She went upstairs, took a hit, Thanatophobia, and ruin on the generator based on the fact that it is currently regressing. So she's putting a lot of hope into Ruin to be able to regress. Teammate made good sidestepping there, but there is an issue that the killer's going to come right back towards this generator now, because my teammate is going to loop them back towards us. Now, obviously, based on the fact that my teammate is already injured, they can take him where they need, and the killer is coming right back in like we predicted there. We're going to go a little bit wider away here. Let's see how the other girl moves. She's going to take a hit in the back. I'm going to try and stay hidden. She's looking at the gen. Let's have her check one more time real quick. There you go, that'll be it. Let's go back in. Bit of an interesting play by Megan, throwing the pallet, going in towards the killer, panicking. This is a good prime example why you shouldn't pallet camp against a nurse. Instantly did a 180, and I believe you are going into the basement. I will not be able to complete this generator in time if she does a really good double blink. However, if she comes out of the basement before she blinks out, I might have just enough window to complete this. I am going to get punished by taking a hit in the back, but unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to complete the generator, and she has Ruin, regressing the generator at ×2 rate, therefore 0.6% per second. We know she likes to follow this girl. We know she likes to see before she blinks. Really good second blink, but not good enough on the first blink. I don't have much to block her line of sight with here, so we're going to keep trying to rotate away a little bit more. See the Jenny upstairs is being worked on too. I don't want to go too far from this. Let's see what she decides to do. Will she check the gen, or will she continue to chase me? She's checking the gen upstairs. I can run to the basement and try and save this guy, or I can try and complete my gen in the middle of the map. Knowing this guy in the basement is going to hit struggle if I don't come in, I think the right call is not let him go into struggle. If there was one generator left, I would consider completing the generator and then making a play to save him. However, I will have time. If you look at the bar in the bottom left-hand side of the screen, as long as that bar does not hit halfway, we will be able to save her. If she attempts to get off the hook herself, it will punish her by cutting 20 seconds off her lifespan. Looks like she wants to heal. However, I do have a bit of a priority right now. You want to know something? There's 2 gens left and the nurse is coming back. Good second blink. She's a little short on that. The other guy did drop the pallet early. She's going to be able to hear me running. Let's see what she decides to do. She knows where I'm going to be going. Right back to our generator in the middle. 2 pistons chugging a lot. 3rd piston going a decent amount. Got another player to my right. No iron will. Will take a hit if I'm required to. Looks like my other teammate's thinking about doing the same thing. What's going on here? How's she going to move? We're going to move through her. Knowing that I have adrenaline, I can play off that. We're going to have to be very careful with our movement. A hit in the back is punishment. I'm going to take a bit of a short wall here. I know she can't leave, and she knows that she can't leave. Therefore, if one person stays here and keeps the pressure with the nurse... Made her overshoot the blink, blocked her line of sight again, and used it against her. If you can't see line of sight as nurse, blink to the last location you saw the survivor and play off that. 2 gens really close together. This one is a little bit out of line of sight though. I tell you what, even though I'm starting it from scratch, I think working on this would be a good idea. We got that other gentleman gone down again. Looks like the fall from the hill wasn't balanced landing, so they're going to be able to use dead hard. They are applying split pressure. This just goes to show you how well Ruin can work towards an end of a trial. And getting a little bit of a penalty from Thanatophobia. It's Thanatophobia tier 2, not tier 3. We saw it at the beginning. Therefore, it's green. It's not actually a purple perk, being ultra rare. That being said, or very rare, sorry. That being said, we are looking at a generator that's going to be getting a little bit of a penalty. It's going to be getting a 6% penalty based on the fact, or is it 3.5? It might be 3.5 per person injured, so we might be looking at a 7% penalty or a 6%. It's not going to hurt us too much. He's back on that generator with Better together. We know where he is. We know what is going on. I'm applying pressure to a different gen. Looks like he's not going to get the gen done in time, and the killer is going to be right beside the hook. Going to be a borrowed time save. Somebody else did take a hit. I have pressure on another objective, which seems to be working really well. So deciding to let go of the generator that I know the killer's going to be playing very close to seems to be working in our favor as a very good play, unless they're going to leave the killer over here. Breaking the pallet. I'm going to move into the killer, just in case I need to take a hit to pull the killer away from the gen nearly done. I'm not going to need to. Adrenaline's any second now. There's going to be our adrenaline play. Pallet is already pulled down. Looks like she's going to the right. None of those players healed up, but the other person did. I'm going to try and apply pressure to the door. Fire away. That guy's in struggle. I see my teammate going for that door. I'm going to go for this door. We're going to all group. We're going to all heal, and then we're going to go make a play for that player as well. She might have Pop Goes the Weasel. Not that it matters, because it would be time over. That guy's actually going to be on death hook. I need to try and pull the killer onto me here. Let her see me early while that guy stalls and opens the door. Looks like she's going for the wrong door. This guy who is injured is going to be A-okay. I want to make sure the guy on the right-hand side is going to be A-okay. I see 3 lights on his door. I know both players are going to be fine. The injured player opened the door first. Therefore, the other player might have time to be able to leave as well. And it looks like he is not going to be able to make it out. He wanted to wait because there was an injured player, and he might actually get grabbed and get a little bit of punishment for that. That might be a little bit of desync, making an almost flawless play. Not flawless at all. And that's going to be the punishment there. The killer did. Now, my teammate didn't want to open the door because he knew there was another injured person in the trial. However, he left it a little bit too late. If he waited any longer, he would have went down. If he did it a little bit earlier, he probably would have got out because he got hit in the door. Therefore, he didn't have dead hard because his adrenaline was on cooldown. Or he mistimed his dead hard and got hit through it. Anyways, guys, GG's well played. If you're watching this one over at YouTube, this is an educational game against a nurse. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to learn more educational Survivor and Dead by Daylight killer content, make sure you tune in to the live streams where I stream DVD 5 days a week, or you can check out the wonderful array of videos that I have up here based on all killers and survivors, not all survivors, but all killers that you guys can play and learn about. Anyways, guys, GG's well played. I will see you in the fog in the next video. Thank you. Alrighty guys, and welcome back in. Today we're going to be spawning in on Father's Chapel as Survivor. Now I'm in a duo queue. I changed my build a little bit. You guys might have seen me running this one before. I'm going to be incorporating Kindred as opposed to running Iron Will. Therefore the ability to take unique pathing is going to be lowered based on the fact that I don't have Iron Will unless I'm going to be doing unique pathing while on full health. Now straight away I saw a teammate to my right hand side. I do not want that generator completed. I broke the totem, which is fine. I'm in a bit of a dead zone at the left hand side. I heard a heartbeat and faded. It could have been a pig. I'm not 100% sure. Looks like it was not. I don't want to get that generator done knowing that there's somebody on a gen on the right-hand side, and that is going to be Mr. Trapper. There are a lot of good areas he can place bear traps. Now, I know he did come from over here originally, therefore I'm going to quickly check here. I don't think he placed one in either of these two grass sections, so the window loop is available. He was prepping his totem, which my teammate has found. Fun fact about the Trapper, if he does prep a totem, and you can activate it, and a teammate can walk past it, while a teammate is activating the animation on a trap, nobody can collide or step in a trap. Somebody is on that, they missed it, that is fine. He's setting that bear trap up again. This means he's going to be playing really close to that, right? We can see that it's ruin, or highly likely it's ruin. Therefore, he's going to want to proxy camp this totem a lot, and that could actually be what loses him the trap. He took a hit on the person who originally did it, but now Adam's going over there, and Adam's going to trigger the trap any second now and apply pressure towards that totem. Therefore, the killer will not be able to commit to this chase. Notice in the bottom left-hand side, he is no longer chasing the obsession. That means he came back towards his totem. We heard the heartbeat. We can hear the heartbeat. We're on the edge of it. Now it's gone. Now, what do we know? We've had one person MIA this entire time. There should be about 75-80% through a generator, so the next Jenny should be done in about 12 seconds. Now, this being said, it's not 100% certain, but these are the assumptions that we're going under based on what is happening. Now, if Kindred was activated, we'd be able to see a little bit more. That's why Bond comes into play. Now, with Bond, I find a lot of people don't know how to use it correctly. You can use Bond either aggressively to assist your team, or you can use it passively to know where teammates are to heal you. If you use it aggressively to help your teammates, what you're going to want to be doing, there's that 10-second gen I was calling out. Middle of the map, good gen to get done. However, versing a Trapper, I think it'd be a good gen to save as well, providing it doesn't have Surge. Like I was saying, sorry, about Bond, you can use it aggressively to run the killer away from your teammates that are currently looping the killer or applying pressure towards an objective. It's something to keep in mind as well. We're going to get this out of the way. Adam tried a window tech, didn't get it to work. If I can get this done in time, before he gets to the hook, yep, I'm going to go right over and start breaking it. Just like that, I went over a bear trap because my teammate was activating it. I couldn't be caught in the bear trap. So that is a #1 trick you can do. Now, he should be taking a hit for me if he gets full health, so I can get rid of the totem. In the basement, greeted for it, going to cost him. Going to get that done. Going to get that done. Going to come through the window. Shouldn't have done it, but he did see me. Now, what's he going to do? He's going to prep around the basement. He's lost that. I do have BT as well. That's a double trap. Now, if he sees caught out, I can make the play here. He knows there's multiple people here. He won't leave. He's going to walk around the wall. Ooh, actually, that's my window. I'm going to go right around that. I got BT. Now, he should have seen me sidestep then, so hopefully he reacts to it as well. Let's get that BT save going. Take that hit in the back. Now, it's on the right-hand side, so we're going to go left. He went around it too. He's got BT, so he should take a hit in the back here. He ran right into a bear trap, which is unfortunate. He took a hit in the back, though, which might have actually got him out. It did, but it's not enough to keep him above float. Unfortunately, he took a predictable movement, which was the window. If he played a little bit safer and went away from the window, he would have been fine. Now his only chance of survival right now is decisive strike. We got 2 generators done. The killer has a reason to hang around in the middle, and every second we wait or stall helps the killer out here too. I want to save this guy, but he's nowhere near recovered either, and the killer is still right here. I'm going to try and be a hero. Now, he needs to not panic right now. Let me take a hit. That's the worst timing for that. I'm going to run through him. Sidestep, twist. Got him with it a little bit. I'm going to dead hard into a fast vault. And that should be able to me get away. Now, I'm going to give him this really freaking early so I can make it to the other area. I'm going to drop it right now. I'm going to wait right here and see what he does. Now, I'm going to wait right. You're going to have to break it, bud. I'm going to make sure I get away. He's got brutal strength. I'm paying attention to the pallet here so I know exactly where the window's open. I want him to follow me. Good, good. Even better. Window, right where it should be. See how he reacts. Good step on the window. Bad play by me, but I have the god here. No prep. Good. Pay attention. Make sure he doesn't double back like that. Oh, I gotta give him the god now. I mispositioned. I don't want to go down and hurt the team right now. I don't want to loop him to the center of the map. I got something here. I'm gonna run around this house once. Never mind. I'm gonna take a heal from Claudette. I was going to run around this hill once, not house, and then vault the house window again. If he comes up the hill, I can still play the pallet. Hi, beautiful. Can I get a heal? Good. So we got the guy out of the basement. I did give 2 pallets for it. We managed to move through the killer to confuse him, giving me enough room to be able to utilize Dead Hard, which is going to be a distance gap, allowing me to fast fall on that window as well, which was nice. Getting me out of the basement, getting Adam out of the basement, getting only 1 hook on Adam, taking a hit. Now, he didn't panic and press shift, therefore I was able to heal him in time. And the killer went for me because he thought it would have been an easy picking, but I got really lucky with my gameplay there too. We're going to animation cancel the chest by hitting shift W left click. Now, yes, this med kit is worse than the last one, however, I will be able to heal with it. I do have this pallet here, and I do have a pallet there, but I'm going to be looking for a generator away from the pallets based on the fact I'm full health, and I'm going to be working on this too. Therefore, I can take a hit from a killer that can't instant down me unless I place my foot in a bear trap. Knowing this, he has not been on this side of the board at all. If he had, he probably would have prepped the shack. I would have ran into something, therefore he's applying pressure elsewhere, which is A, gonna hurt him, because B, I've got a generator here, I've got a generator over there. The only Jenny that is in a bad spot right now, realistically, is this one, and that one in the far right-hand corner I pointed out that I wasn't gonna work on, because my teammate was on the one past the carnival. This being said, what do we know? Looking in the bottom left-hand side of the screen, I see one teammate is currently being chased with the killer. He is also the obsession. I'm going to apply pressure to a generator that's going to take approximately 80 seconds to complete if I land no grates and have no enhancements. Unfortunately, he went down. Now, the question is, can the killer get to the basement with him in time? Is that what the killer's doing? I have a good gut feeling it is. Now, I'm hoping a teammate runs in the way and takes a body block hit for this. That is perfect. Didn't take him to the basement. Pressure on the ejector on the right. Claudette has been found. This is going to be adrenaline. Now, the question is, do I pop adrenaline or do I not pop adrenaline? I'm not going to pop adrenaline, but I'm going to get Claudette to work on this generator. If she comes over here, she just needs to look over her shoulder right now. I'm going to pop adrenaline because my teammate has been saved. I'm hoping Adam's going to take a hit in the back for him, or nobody's going to get hit in the time I complete this. Because if he does take a hit, this will mend him. That's going to be an adrenaline. Nobody's running adrenaline bite me. Just shows you the power of adrenaline in a situation like that. We'll give her a heal if she needs to. Looks like she's got self-care. She'll be fine. No no-ed off the killer as well to note. Therefore, he doesn't have 4% movement speed and an instant down, so I don't need to worry too much. Just looking down a tiny bit here. Got to be careful of my movement. Guess what that means? That means he is going in the basement, and he is essentially dead. He's only in struggle. I will try my best to save him. However, he is in a bad spot. Knowing the middle of the map had the basement, and the killer was around there earlier, he shouldn't have went back to the center of the map. He should have went right through the board to the opposite end. He didn't know I'd utilized the God Pallet as well, keeping in mind that he knew he was originally hooked in the basement in the center of the map. The last place you want to go is on home turf against a trapper when he's already got preparation there. Now, what do we see? We see a guy who's injured upstairs with urban evasion, taking a hit in the back, not going to be able to do this trade successfully based on the fact she took an early hit running in there. Saw my teammate. Now we're going to go for a heal on my teammate and look for the play. Can follow his blood if we couldn't actually see him. It's going to be fine. I do have the med kit. I see Adam behind me. If all 3 of us run down there, he can't really do much. If 2 of us do it, gonna use the medkit now as well. Prepping the staircase, he can only prep one side. It's a shame Adam's not here and not making it work. I'm gonna wait for my Dead Hard. I hope he doesn't get seen right now, my ally. Adam just popped the door and it looks like Adam is gonna leave while the trapper stands on top of the staircase. Don't do it, Claudette. We got you, darling. That's my window. And Claudette gave up, even though there was a perfect opportunity for me to slide right past the killer there. So that's very unfortunate. She was fine. You know what else she was? She was also running a flashlight, so I am going to go loot that. I heard it drop on the ground. Whoop. Gotta dodge that one. Not as cute as I hoped, but that is okay. He's still chasing my teammate. I should have probably helped him rather than greeting for an item. The door's nowhere near done, but the other one's prepped. He's had to take the killer elsewhere. That's very unfortunate. I will still try my best to save him. I saw the hatch there too. He would have got the hatch based on the fact this door... Opening this door is a bit of a mistake because the endgame collapse has already started and my teammate is in desperate need of assistance. So instead of opening this door, I'm going to go help my teammate. He probably took him back around at the shack because there is still some good stuff to loop over there. I didn't see anything or hear any heartbeat in the other direction. Now, I will be clicking my flashlight frequently if I need him to know my location. My only way of saving this guy is be under the hook when the killer is hooking him. He might have just saw me then. Alright, it's gonna be hard for me to be able to pull off. Gonna run right past him. Nah. I'm gonna take a hit here. I'm gonna dead hard through him. Couldn't dead hard in time. That's unfortunate. I'm gonna go down with the ship here, I'm afraid. He does have borrowed time on him though, so he can make a really good play. Doesn't sound like he's crying. Took that early hit. That's unfortunate. Looks like my first hook's going to be my last hook. Unfortunately, Adam did leave the trial early. I will attempt to get off the hook, but I have a feeling the trapper isn't going to leave. And that is just a prime example of why sometimes in solo queue it can really hurt when somebody... I need him to leave. I know where the hatch is. I think that was a little bit generous, but GG's regardless. Anyways, guys, if you're watching this one over YouTube, I think he might slug me because he thinks I have DS when I don't have DS. That's unfortunate. That's a very good hit for him, though. I didn't think that connected at all, but on his screen, it would have been a bit different. And we are running at 21 pings, so... I mean, he's just being safe to make sure I don't have Decisive Strike. Keeping in mind, we could have saved Claudette from the basement, and this could have all been averted if she didn't die on hook, and if the other solo queue guy didn't open the exit gate and run and panic, we could have actually made an easier play. So it just goes to show you how much of a team-oriented game DBD is. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed the video and you learned something, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I do educational and informative Survivor content. He didn't even wait 1 minute, by the way. He didn't even wait 1 minute. That's okay, my dude. GG's. Well played. If you enjoyed the content, make sure you guys... It's too late, man. I'm going to run out of time. I'm not going to be able to make it to a door. I don't know why he dropped me. Okay. If you guys enjoyed the educational content, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I do educational Survivor and killer stuff 5 days a week over Twitch. If you guys want to pop into the live stream, I don't want it for time. And if guys, make sure you pop in and tune in if you want to help me teach the new people a little bit about Dead by Daylight. Anyways, this has been a rank 1 informative game as Survivor. I am in a duo queue with 2 solo queue players. As you guys can probably tell, you will have a good understanding of who's the solo queue player and who is in the Swift. Anyways, guys, GG's well played, and I'll see you in the fog in the next trial. Thank you all for watching, and I'm trying to stall right now so you can see it's a rank 1 game. Alright, GG's guys, and we'll see you next time. Alrighty guys, and welcome back. We're going to be spawning in on the underground complex against a plague. Now I can already tell you it's a plague because... Oh, hi cutie. I can already tell you it's a... Oh, welcome back. We heard the well on spawn in. Now just like that, you'll notice my 2 teammates above me have rotated away from what is above me. What is above me just then? There is a safe... No, darling, go the other way. Oh god, we're going to get vomited on here. Try and make the wall. Try and make line of sight. Good. Alright, looks like she's going to be chasing the other one. I do have balanced landing, and there are quite a few cute areas where I can utilize it. Alright, so knowing versing the plague, what do we know? We know she's a 32-meter terror radius killer. She spawned very far away from here, ran over here and found somebody. How do I know that? Corrupt intervention. There's 2 Jenny sealed on either side. Now there is a corrupt well in the middle of the map. The plague starts with 1 by default. If she has more than 1, she's ran an add-on called the Rotten Apple. Now that being said, there's our 3 gens that are sealed. I see a chest down there. I'm going to move through the middle of the map. Balanced landing, I can utilize these jungle gyms really well. She's going to be injured. I'm going to walk here. I don't want to be spotted, but if I am spotted, that's okay. I'm going to go see if I can plunder something cute out of here, and then we're going to make a play off that. There's a Jenny inside that could be worked on. Listening to the heartbeat, it looks like the person ran past it. My other teammate left as well. Now, the generator upstairs to the left-hand side is what I call the safe generator. If you are injured or on death hook, that is a generator you should go towards working on at the start of the game. It is very hard for the killer to make any kind of mind game or any kind of play around that because of how well positioned that generator is. Now, because of that, you should leave it towards the end of the trial. Generally, in solo queue, people run and complete it at the beginning of the game, which does hurt the trial. When you see somebody not do the generator, then you know, wow, this guy actually has a good understanding of what needs to happen on this map. Now the generator all the way back over to the left on the glass where my 2 teammates fell down from can have a 1-person generator or a 4-person generator. If you're unlucky, it can have a 2-person generator. So there is variety, right? So there's always a reason to go over there if you're injured and in need of assistance. Now, versing a plague, when you were injured against a plague, you cannot heal if you are under the vomit effect. Looking in the bottom left-hand side of the screen, you can see my teammate is injured under the vomit effect. She has to find one of those wells and cleanse by washing water onto her face, and that will allow her to automatically full heal. However, the plague can make her sick, and the plague can put her hand in the well and receive a power-up. Rather than vomiting poison, one could say, she'll be vomiting the equivalent of acid, so it will hurt a survivor. Now, I'm not too worried about being sick in this trial. I'm not in a great spot, if I'm going to be honest. She can easily come around the corner and punish me. So getting this Jenny done would be nice. That generator you see there is a solo person upstairs generator that spawns there all the time. 1 person getting that gen done early in the trial can always be very good and be catastrophic to the killer. However, at the same time, it cuts that loop off so the killer has no reason to go upstairs anymore onto the third story. Now, what do we know? We can see this pallet has vomit on it, so the plague's been vomiting on the pallets to make a play to try and get pallets done to force somebody to become sick. I can hear another generator just in the doorway when I walked past. There we go. On the left-hand side. Now, she is sick. Look at the bar in the bottom right-hand side of the screen. I got hit with vomit too. We're all going to be sick now, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to use the toolbox. So now everybody's infected. So what's going to happen now is this coughing is going to change after that bar goes all the way up in the bottom left-hand side. My name is not a zombie right now, so you can pay attention to that bar. When that bar hits 100%, I will be injured, and you will notice my character periodically vomiting on the floor. Now, the killer can run an add-on that allows her to see survivors' locations based on when they vomit. You'll periodically vomit every 10 to 12 seconds as well, keeping that in mind. You can hear that the lady on my right-hand side did just vomit while wearing a mask, which probably isn't good. That being said, a prime indicator of the vomit will be presented to you momentarily. I will also be injured, and it will allow me to utilize Dead Hard. I shouldn't be running in this direction as a group because we have nothing to defend ourselves. There's an example of the vomit. We can hear the heartbeat. Now you'll notice the wells are able to be activated. Everybody has already responded to the generators that are done, and we are running to the safe platform generator to the right-hand side. They already know that. I'm not on comms, as you guys already know. We don't generally do comms when we play Dead by Daylight, but we do like to play with our teammates in a Swift. And we're coming back here to the spawning generator. This separates the people from knowing what that needs to happen and where they need to be to the people that don't know what needs to happen. Now, straight away, you can already see the way you react to where I am now is you see this one right here that is fallen. When the killer gets past that, then you run and drop down and you play off that. However, if you see a glow around her, it means she is now vomiting acid. So now is a good time to leave. I have balanced landing, so I stayed a little longer than I should have. Remember, that power-up only lasts 1 minute. And that being said as well, if you pallet stun the plague, I see she's still chasing. If you are able to pallet stun her, she loses her power up. Really looking for the acid hit there. I'm kind of in a bad spot right now. I don't have much to... Oh, she's lost her power up. I don't know if I can make the medium vault in time. Ooh, she went for the mind game. I want to get down from here. She's going to be building Bloodlust. That was a good play by her. She's not vomiting acid anymore. I don't think she's paying attention to it. And let's see what she decides to do. I am in a bad spot right now. One would say it's a stalemate, but apparently the killer made a bad investment there. I do have a pallet here too. We'll keep going. We'll wait. We'll stun her. Get a little bit of distance. You'll notice how all three of my teammates have cleanse. She's looking for a Bloodlust play around this onto me. She grabbed the well instead. That's really bad. As long as she follows my scratch marks, I should get distance. Adrenaline will allow me to move at a much faster rate, but I'm still injured because I'm affected by the vomit. Knowing she can down me with a projectile, she's probably going to just chase me throughout the map. I don't hear her breaking that pallet. I need to find one of these wells and cleanse. She has a lot of more power-ups. I haven't had an opportunity to pallet stun her. I do want to try and lose her. You'll be able to see this well's going to have just clean water in it. And when I wash my face, the water will change to a red color, meaning the killer can put her hand in that, get a 1 minute power up. You hear a sound indicator when she powers up, but you do not hear a sound indicator when she powers down. She will lose the red sparks around her. So you can see the water is going to change color now as a prime example. That's one of my teammates have left. Now, we're going to have to take a pick on the door. Did he leave on the left door or did he leave on the right door? The plague has enough power-ups for the rest of the trial. She's running through the middle of the map. I'm guessing she's coming from the door on the left. Therefore, this door will be open right now. Grabbing another power-up, giving me a perfect opportunity to leave and escape the trial. Now, with the vomit as a plague, you got to keep in mind, if she vomits an entire load onto you, it's going to be a lot quicker for you to be able to become sick. But if she already has the acid vomit or the corrupt vial, however you want to refer to it, that is going to allow you to only take 1 point of damage no matter how much she channels in that go. So she's better off doing a small burst and then another small burst to down you. She can always vomit and then M1 as a follow-up. Anyways, guys, GG's well played. That's going to be an informative, educational rank 4 game for you guys. Rank did just reset against the plague. Unfortunately, I didn't pip, but I hope you guys learned a little bit about the plague and understanding how to counter her. Anyways, guys, GG's well played. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I do more educational survivor killer content like this over at Twitch if you guys want to pop into the live stream. Anyways, guys, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video and in the fog. Hey guys, and welcome back. Today we're going to be spawning in as Survivor. Now straight away I can already tell you Azeroth's resting place is shaped like a dumbbell. It is a very good map for killer if they can persuade the survivors, or the survivors give her a 3-gen or him a 3-gen on one side of the map. Now, knowing that, we have to play around it. We're versing a Pyramid Head. He's behind me. We've got to be careful. He's going through the middle of the map to see if he can find anyone else. And it looks like my scratch marks have fooled him enough to chasing me while I get teammates through the board. He is making a big mistake right now based on the fact that generator has corrupt intervention. Why would you chase a survivor to the side of the map where you have corrupt? This is a massive dead zone, but I can take him over here. I got a little bit of time. Now remember, he can't hit platforms with his ability. That being said, he can hit through this. I have to make a decision on what I do now, and I am going to bait this. Good play. Taking a hit, but that's okay. He did a little bit of a moonwalk there. We've only taken one hit. We know we're on a side of the board that he has no reason to be at. I'm going to do the exact same play again. I made a mistake then. He's going to have Bloodlust. He's going to be right behind me. He's going to use his ability here. He missed. I'm going to give him the pallet, and we're going to go right around. Nope, he made a bad play breaking it, so I'm going to come all the way back over here to Corrupt Intervention. At the same time, he made a very good decision of letting go a chase based on how much time he's wasted over here with Corrupt. I'm not going to waste any more time. I gave him one pallet. That area has nothing. It had one pallet and an okay window. He did really good mind game, really good understanding of time management and rotation. Unfortunately, it cost him the generator in the middle of the map. And if I can leave and get past him and work on one of these two, it's going to hurt him a lot. Keeping in mind, this killer cannot teleport across the board. It's going to be very hard for Pyramid Head. And unfortunately, he should have hit me with that ability, but he mistimed his angle. Or he should have baited it and came through based on the fact he would have had the equivalent of Bloodlust. 2 people injured, looking for the heal. Almost done. That is fine. I'm not going to worry about being healed. I'm going to apply pressure towards the objective. Based on the fact the killer is on this side of the map, and I saw a bit of debris, knowing that he's breaking through pallets as well. Let's get this generator done. 2 people, 47.5 seconds. I'm injured. The person he's chasing is most likely injured. I'll have Dead Hard back by the time this generator is done. After this generator is completed, I will then require a heal from my teammate. I will also go through the map and try and break that 3-gen he'll have on the opposite end of the board through Corrupt Intervention. That also being said, the way I know he has a 3-gen on the other end of the board was because the generator in the middle wasn't affected by Corrupt Intervention, and the killer didn't spawn in the middle of the map. The killer spawned on this side. Therefore, there are 3 possible choices of gens on the opposite end. Now, the killer will know this, and the killer can make a decision between playing to the 3-gen or not playing to the 3-gen. We're going to find out real soon. He shouldn't be worrying about it with 4 gens left, but slowly but surely, those generators will be going down. Now I'm going to be taking that heal from my teammate. You already know where I'm going to go. I'm going to go through the middle of the map. Looking at the bottom left-hand side of the screen, he's chasing one target who has been injured and under the effect of the barbed wire. The barbed wire doesn't hinder you in any way until you go into dying state. Keeping in mind, while you run over barbed wire, your character will scream and put their hands in the air as if madness was a tear-up from Doctor. However, it does not hinder your movement speed. Just straight away, I'm going to go through the map. We've got 2 people on one side of the map and 2 people on the other side of the map. Now I have to be careful that I do want to go for the save as well. It just depends on what Pyramid Head decides to do right now. Now he shouldn't have been able to get away from that real quick. If he sees me doing no gens, that's good for him. I'm going to run right through and let's see what he decides to do. Looks like he's going to come for the chase. That's good because now I'm going to loop him outside of chase. I'm going to take him all the way over to this nice beautiful area. And it looks like he went right back because he realizes I'm going to loop him outside of chase. The other guy got saved. There are going to be 2 gens on this side of the board that need to be done. There's the one right there. I can see that is a tree, Goose. That is a tree. Okay, I'm still going to work on this generator over here. Chest has already been searched. I'll see if somebody left something in it for me. Generator to my left is being worked on. Split pressure on 2 gens across the board away from the killer currently is. His location. Now we know that he's through the board. We know that he's going to see the guy on the right before he sees me on the left. That player is only in struggle. That player is going to die after 60 seconds of being hooked. So if I get this generator, 20 seconds completed. Mathematically speaking, I can then pop adrenaline and go save him. Obviously, I have to take into account for time traveling. Every second he doesn't hook him because he's worried about DS, gets my generator closer to being finished. Now that guy on the ground does have adrenaline. Therefore, I can make an adrenaline BT play to save him if I need to. Looks like the killer's looking for a slug and a play. Knowing that my teammate is under the effect of the barbed wire, we already know what is happening. He's going to be over here in a cage somewhere. Right in front of the other guy on the generator. Getting saved straight away, applying pressure towards that objective right there. That just goes to show you. That just goes to show you that that was a bad call in caging him. Because you always get put furthest location away from the killer. Now I can see him there in the middle of the map. Even if we only get 1 generator done here, he's got no real play. If we get no generators done, he still has no play. But he's too busy focusing on the fact there are 2 people there. One of them's injured. One of them is not injured in chase. My Jenny's going to get completed uncontested. The other guys across the board most likely applying pressure. Looks like he might actually be coming in at the last second. I will greed for this gen for my first hook. He cannot commit to that chase knowing that this generator right here has been being worked on. Just like that, I'm already on the Jenny. I'm going to come through with a medium vault. I'm also going to take another medium vault. Or a fast vault from this angle. Let's see what he does. He's coming around from that direction. Don't know where he is. I can't take spacing. There's no jungle gyms nearby. I know he can't leave. Made sure I sidestepped his ability, and then I come out for the vault. We had a feeling he'd try and cut us off with a shot, so we just played around it. Window is sealed. Let's take him a little bit further away, where I've got a pallet to play him with. He made a mistake in his movement there. Gen's already regressing. Have to be careful here. I'm going to stop the gen from regressing and start working on it. I'm going to run away. He's going to regress the gen, and when he does that, I go through the middle of the map. Think of all the time he's wasting right now. I've got one teammate injured, who's Maya. What do you think the injured person's doing right now? Applying pressure towards an objective. 2 gens on the opposite end of the map. The killer's all the way down there. I get to adrenaline away, so I'm not in chase. Now what I do is I absorb information through what jungle gyms are left and available. That pallet is still there if I need it. Killer's still behind me. You don't want to go that way. That's a really good jungle gym. I got the god pallet here. I'm going to wait. Let's see what he decides to do. Looks like we're both going to play to the god. Door's nearly done. Going to go straight to the door. Looks like the killer does not have a really good play right now, and all that came down to was the fact that he committed a little bit too long after me with corrupt intervention. I pulled him to the side of the board where the generators were sealed. He had to be mindful of the time that he spent. After he got that one pallet and that good hit, he played that really well, but the time he spent doing that, 3 people were grouped in the generator in the middle of the map, so he needed to let me do my thing because there was no reason for him to be there. All the other people were Maya and applying pressure towards generator or generators through the map that he needed to protect. Anyways, guys, GG's well played. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I do educational, informative, Survivor, Dead by Daylight, and killer content over live here at Twitch. If you guys want to tune in, if you think you know everything about the game, you can help me teach the people that don't. Anyways, guys, thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next video and in the fog. Hey guys, and welcome back in. Today we're going to be spawning in on Midwich. Now this is a duo queue game. I'm with one of my teammates. So this being said, I'm upstairs right away and I need to know where the killer is, who the killer is, and what generators to work on. Realistically, I want to save the generators that are not indoors and work on the ones that are, you know, well, technically I want to work on the ones indoors and save the ones that are in the street. Because if I work in one that's inside one of these little rooms, it's going to help us out a hell of a lot more. These jungle gyms are very unsafe and very easy for a killer to be able to loop and mind game around as a basic 115% movement speed. They won't even require a bloodlust or a hinder penalty like a clown or a Freddy. Now already I could tell you it's not a Freddy based on the fact that we look in the bottom left hand side of the screen, we're going to be able to see nobody's falling asleep. Therefore, we know we're not dealing with that. I haven't heard any wells, so I don't think I'm dealing with a plague. I haven't seen any bear traps, so I'm not dealing with a trapper. I haven't heard any pig jigsaw boxes, therefore chances of versing a pig. Highly unlikely because I'm in one of the corners of the map. They generally spawn very far away. They're pig jigsaw boxes, so you'd expect one in each corner. I should be able to hear it if it was upstairs or downstairs. I don't know if I'm versing a stealth-based killer. If I am, Ghostface, Wraith are options. If I'm not, I should have a 32-meter terrorities. I'm already halfway through a generator. We're versing a Michael Myers. He can't be behind me. There is a way up to my left, but he has to break 2 walls to get through. Breaking 2 walls is a very loud animation as well, so I know. So I am versing a stealth-based killer. Let's talk about Myers. Myers has a 0-meter heartbeat in tier 1 until he enters chase. When he enters chase, meaning a survivor is running, he has an 8-meter heartbeat. Otherwise, when not in chase, it's a 0-meter heartbeat. In tier 2, he has a 16-meter heartbeat, moving at 115% movement speed. He basically has modern abuse and modern abuse already built in on him, as opposed to a trapper who has a 32-meter terror radius at 115% movement speed. Now, the killer can run modern abuse as well, and if Michael Myers chooses to do that, we're going to be looking at an 8-meter heartbeat. There is also an add-on referred to as the Rabbit, and the Rabbit allows you to reduce your heartbeat by 26% in stage 2. If he's reducing his heartbeat by 26% of 8, he has a 6-meter heartbeat while in stage 2. If he's not, he should have about a 12-meter heartbeat. Otherwise, we might be looking at something called the J Memorial add-on. The J Memorial will allow you to stalk survivors at a much quicker, moderately faster rate. Now, if he's going to be stalking there, I'm going to be leaving earlier. Fun fact about Michael Myers that people don't know, Michael Myers stalks faster the closer he is to a survivor. Unlike other killers, well, he's going to go for that. He's not going to keep chasing me. Unlike other killers like Ghostface who stalk at... I want to go back in. I want to play smarter here and get that generator completed. Ghostface stalks at 2.5 seconds when leaning, regardless how far away a survivor is, as opposed to Michael Myers, the closer he is to a survivor, the faster he's going to stalk. I want to play a little safer here. Jeff's going to be in trouble. We're going to find out if he has Infectious Fright in a second. He doesn't. If he picks him up, that's knockout though. Notice the aura disappear. Alright, so he's got knockout. He's going for a slug here. That is also Tinkerer. He has no heartbeat when chasing. No, it's not. It's Dark Devotion. He has Dark Devotion because he hit his Obsession and he came straight for me. I need to find a pallet yesterday. This is a very bad pallet to work with. I need to just go for it. Now he has the Rave Michael Myers visual bug, which is when he has his arm in the air. Oh, he called my bluff. He called my bluff. I could have vaulted it. It probably would have been the safer option. It's just unfortunate knowing he has Knockout, knowing he has Dark Devotion. It's a very unsafe jungle gym. I had no window. You'll notice I instantly ran to the left-hand side of the screen because I was hoping there was a window before I started that loop. Knowing he's got Knockout, we got another generator completed for it, but they won't know where the slug is unless I had Kindred or unless they both had Empathy, because Empathy has unlimited range. They're both running to a killer right now, which is going to be bad for them. Now he's just going to walk around the corner and stalk, I'm guessing here. Did he get seen? He didn't get seen. The killer went right past the ace waiting in the corner. I know where the slug is, so what do you think I'm going to do when I get saved right now? I'm going to run straight in for him, and I'm going to heal him. I'm going to ask Ace to come with me. We're going to go pick up the slug. Now, I can't tell if the killer is chasing my teammate based on the fact that the slug is the obsession. I don't think the killer has pop because he never regressed the generator. This is the window I was looking for in the other room. I do get turned around a little bit still on this map, but as you can see, we are all trying to learn. Taking a double group heal is good. We'll get the gen done. There's going to be one generator left. He's only got one hook. The issue here is he's running Knockout and he's looking for a slug kind of build. If he was doing that with his Dark Devotion, he'd probably be better off rather than having Dark Devotion, having a perk called Infectious Fright and having a longer tier 3. Not necessarily a... He's on the opposite end of the wall then. Nice, that went pretty well for me. I get a dip, we get the generator completed. I'm going to go through the library. I've got to be quiet for a sec because, you know, the library. Alright, now we're out of the library. We're looking for a generator downstairs, preferably in the middle to my left. That way there's still some pretty strong jungle gyms I can work with. Already popped his tier 3. Having Aftercare completely counters his ability to knock out. There is no generator. There it is. I was like, there's no generator out here. I couldn't see it. There's generally one that always spawns outside. Now, if you do, there's a little Easter egg on this map, and if you do generators in a correct order, it'll open the bell tower, and there's always a little chest in there. Now, I was told the bell tower drops good loot. The first time I did it, I got a key. It was a broken key. So I haven't done it ever since. That being said, what do we know? This guy's down through Knockout, and he's not nearby. He is not the obsession, so the killer still has a heartbeat. If he was the obsession, the killer wouldn't have a heartbeat, and I would be a little bit more intimidated to work on the generator knowing he's tier 3. That being said, you see how the bar's flashing in the bottom left? That means he's either being healed or he's been picked up. If he's being healed, that means Uncharted is healing him, which would be incorrect, so Uncharted's unaccounted for, most likely working on objective. So you can kind of track using that ability, much like... was unlucky timing on that skill check. Wow, there's 2 generators out here. I don't think I've ever seen 2. I reckon he'll go in and regress that. I want to go upstairs, but I'm on the wrong side of the map. Oh, no, I can go up through here. I'm going to go upstairs and look through third person, and then see if he's down there, or regress my gens and make a play on what I want to do. I don't want to be caught in the open against the Michael Myers. So we got 2 generators in the middle of the courtyard, meaning he is more likely to be where? Sorry? In the courtyard. Oh, hey, bud. Alright, he's more likely to be in the courtyard. I don't really want to be down here if I'm telling you the truth. We've got 2 people working on 2 different freaking generators. I'm going to go for the one that's nearly done. He's very close. We heard the heartbeat. I'm going to go work over here very quickly. This is not safer than the other loot. It does have a pallet though. Keep in mind, when Michael Myers stalks, he has no collision and you can move through him. No, you don't want to go out there, bud. I would love to know where the last gen is, but I don't know. I can see the other guy and how he's playing. Oh, wow, he's chasing me. I didn't think he'd chase me. I didn't see the safe pallet on the opposite side either. Really looking for that stalk. Let's just medium vault this or slow vault it, see what he does. Try and crouch in the corner and hide. I can't really do much here. He could just stalk me in a really bad area. He's looking so hard for his tier 3, so I'm going to keep walking through everything, yeah? Made a mistake. Let's capitalize off it and go. He saw me leave then. See what he does with that info. Is he coming through here? He's not. He's so confused. He's going to see the scratch marks. I'm looking for the adrenaline plate to burst to the other door. Very dangerous going from door to doorway against the Michael Myers. He went back out to the courtyard, but it's a little slow. Now, I know he got a bit of prep on me too. He should be right here to my right-hand side, I'm thinking. Alright, we've still got our pallet available. Found the hatch. This is a pretty good side room, not gonna lie. A lot harder for him to mind game these kind of loops. A lot safer than the other indoor ones. Now, there are small loops here, but there are a lot of loops. Keep that in mind. We got 1 pallet here. We got 1 pallet to the right. Then we have a god pallet. I will probably open this door rather than 99ing it, so he doesn't keep us prep and use that to us at a later point in the trial. even though the game is nearly over, rather than 99 the door. I think that's a more smart play, because if he pops his tier 3 now, we can outweight him. If he pops his tier 3. Somebody to the right-hand side. He needs to leave the room. Not going to break it because he'll just come through the door. Don't give him store. Oh, wow, what's around here? Oh, I've never seen this little area before. Oh, sugar. I didn't realize how far out I had to run. Anyways, that's going to be an informative game against the Michael Myers on a map that I haven't done a lot of, Midwich, as Survivor. I know it wasn't great. I know it went down early, but I hope you guys can still understand the value of going for certain situations, of how to counter how to counter knockout, when to apply pressure in certain areas. Let's see how this other guy's going. Michael Myers has popped tier 3. He's going to go for the Bloodlust play here. He has to. Notice how my teammate's walking? The reason he's walking is he's resetting Bloodlust. If he runs, the killer builds Bloodlust, and he needs to be smart. Now, he doesn't know that there's a safe pallet all the way around the corner to the left. Killer's running out of time and choices. That's the hatch to your left, but he didn't hear it, and the killer's going to be able to lunge and hit him in the back. That's because he called the bluff too many times on that one loop. Hatch open to his left, which I heard. I don't think he knew where it was. That being said, there's going to be a hook right beside the exit gate. There generally is. You can hear the hatch on the right. But unfortunately, that is going to be the end for Ace. Now, he did a good play with walking to counter the Bloodlust, but he didn't know there was a safe pallet around there to the left. He had the other sidestep pallet, and he never broke line of sight, and he just stood there giving the killer the last, which was really bad. I'm guessing that was because he didn't know that pallet was there that we physically saw. So we would have played that a little bit differently, but regardless, that's a GG's well played. If you guys are watching this one over at YouTube, I do informative, educational, Dead by Daylight, Survivor, and killer content 5 days a week over at Twitch if you guys want to pop in and tune in and help me teach some new people about the game. Anyways, guys, thank you all for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the fog in the next video. Alrighty guys, and welcome back in. Today we've got a special treat for you. We're going to be running Bond, and we're going to show you how to use Bond both passively and hopefully in a manner that's going to benefit the team as well. So you can utilize Bond a few different ways, and the choice really is yours. Over to the left-hand side, I think we're going to be versing a Ghostface. I actually thought it was a Legion. I'm going to snap him out of it right now, and we're going to be able to check if the bus is open. The bus is open. I'll take bad pathing to see what he does. I'll wait right here. Not going to be chasing me. Doesn't have ruin regression on the generator. Has a very large and an open map, and he's not really wearing camouflage. We could actually use this against this poor gentleman. We've got one person in the basement looking for the item. Looks like somebody running around the outside, but the basement player is going to be fine. Not having to worry about the killer. He's going to be waiting before he searches that chest based on a sound indicator if you can hear the killer. There you go. He's checking the staircase, making sure the killer isn't coming down, and he should be going for a plunder any second now based on the heartbeat. This being said, one person is MIA off Bond. Technically 2 now, and we're going to be able to absorb more information. Looking at the bottom left-hand side, we can see the Obsession is currently being chased. Looks like my teammate had already plundered the basement and might be holding a medkit in that hand. Not 100% sure. It's going to be a flashlight coming around the corner, which they can use against Ghostface while he is in animation lock, much like any killer. That being said, 2 people on a gen, we're going to get it done in 47.5 seconds. However, my gen is more than halfway, so we're going to cut that number in half. And we're actually going to go all the way down to about 13 seconds now, and the generator will be done because we're past the halfway mark anyways. Now, what do we already know? We've got somebody in the corner working on that objective. Therefore, Ghostface didn't go over there. Ghostface went in this general direction I'm facing at now. So I should be able to come in and see my teammate's aura on Bond. There you go. Took a pallet hit. Looks like Ghostface is going to be going for a Bloodlust hit. No, he's going to be breaking the pallet. I don't want to waste too much time here. We've got 2 generators done. I could go apply pressure to the objective on my right-hand side. He doesn't have a really good loop hit. He's going to try and play that window depending on what Ghostface does now, and he's going to be playing the window like we called out there based on the fact that he made the movement really obvious here. I'm not going to wait here and take a hit for him. He should be fine right now. He's going to go right back through and play the window, and that's going to hurt the killer. I am a little bit out of position right now. Looks like we're going to have Bloodlust coming in. He's going to double step the window. Looks like my teammate has a perfect opportunity to rotate and take unique pathing. Unfortunately, I was a little out of position, but I also know the bus is open, so he cannot follow me here right now. I'm going to wait. I'm going to sidestep at the last second, take the bus against him, and I can just do this 1 or 2 times. Do keep in mind, my friend here is only moving at 115% movement speed. We're going to fast forward. The only reason I did that is because I saw my teammates on Bond right now, applying pressure towards an objective that I don't want to put the killer over with. We're going to keep running. That's our generator done, so now I'm going to dead hard this. And I'm going to medium vault the window to preserve the loop yet again. Now I need to think, what am I going to be doing? I'm going to get my teammate to take a hit in front of me. No, I'm not. I'm going to just keep running. Just like that, I preserved one of the strongest jungle gyms in the trial, paying attention to my teammates working on the objective. Therefore, I didn't run the bus how I wanted to run the boss, so Bond actually helped me complete that generator, even though I wasn't on it. So that's what I mean by a prime example of how to use Bond in terms of not so much an aggressive manner, but a manner where you're going to be able to loop the killer away from what you can currently see. Now, I knew there were 2 people on a gen. I know 2 people on a gen takes 47.5 seconds to complete. Therefore, they were already on the gen by the time I got there. One didn't arrive late, so the generator had already been started. Best case scenario, it had been started 5 seconds. Worst case scenario, it had only just been started. So all I needed to do was pay attention to the window that I had and how much time that I could keep the killer there and force him round and be in a safe spot. I still had Dead Hard to recover from a mistake. He had Bloodlust. He never got a hit on me with Bloodlust. I sealed the window and I rotated away to where my teammate could take a hit. Didn't need my teammate to take a hit because I had a double window to my right-hand side, but somebody else took a hit and unfortunately did go down based on that play. Now, I'm talking about Ghostface. He is a stealth-oriented killer when he has his ability active, and it looks like whoever did the hook save does have the aggression from the killer. Looking in the bottom left, I can see that is the obsession. We're going to get another generator completed right now. It does have Sloppy Butcher, only tier 1. He is getting the aggression out with Sloppy Butcher, with the consistency of forcing us not to be able to heal. I will heal given the right opportunity to be stacking with my teammates. However, at the same time, I have Adrenaline, and knowing that I have Adrenaline, I will automatically heal when the exit gates are powered, which will be in the generator after this. Looking at this totem, I can see it's near no exit gate, so I'm going to leave it in the off possibility it will be nowhere. Therefore, if he does down somebody over here, we can still play around that. I know the basement isn't in the house because I saw on Bond earlier. Looking at how my teammate's reacting here, I'm going to apply pressure towards this objective here. Looking around to see if I can see any form of... That is going to be a bit of an interesting play. And my teammate's going to go down here. That might have actually been Enduring Spirits Fury. I'm not 100% sure how he got through that pallet so quick. I don't have Iron Will. I gotta be very strategic about my movement. Knowing he has Enduring Spirits Fury, that has just completely changed my playstyle. So we know he's got Enduring. We know he's got Spirits Fury. We also know I've got the ability to see my teammates through Kindred, both on a generator, one leaving right now. I can still try and make a play here as long as I don't take an early hit. I want to go to an area where I'm in the open. I don't want him to see me seeing him, because if he does see me seeing him, he can use that against me, and it will give him a sound indicator, and he can come back and cut me off. I'm going to look away right now, even though I know he's there, and I know he can see me. Good. I want him to snap out of it right now. That way, when I save him with borrowed time. I'm waiting right now for the heartbeat. Never mind, we're going to get Adrenaline. Teammate doesn't have it. Then Adrenaline right back towards the killer and see what happens. He's going to be chasing my teammate all the way down there. So when the killer is outside of the heartbeat range or has no heartbeat, borrowed time will not activate. I was waiting for him to come a little bit closer because my teammate snapped him out of it to give my teammate an additional health point, if that makes sense. He's going for the door on the left. I saw Ghostface over here to the right. I'm going to be here to take a hit from this guy. Now let's find out if he actually does have Enduring and Spirits Fury on the pallet stun. We're going to be able to see him recover really quick. Real good utilization of the window there. Double medium vault. I don't think he needed to do it, but he can go all the way right around. He shouldn't have taken the short wall. He should have taken the long wall then, but the Ghostface tried to do a mind game that he shouldn't have. He should have anticipated the movement of the survivor. That being said, he's gone all the way around out of position. You're going to take a hit in the back. You didn't need to commit to that. Unfortunately, aim assist allowed him to miss that, and he's not going to be happy with that swing. Now, what do we know? We know he's going to be going for a stalk prep here, so I'm going to try and snap him out of it when he's not ready, like that. Now, he did know exactly where I was. We're going to find out if he lunges. He's not lunged. We lunge late. That is Enduring because he recovered very fast. Now I'm 100% sure he has Enduring Spirits Fury with Sloppy Butcher, meaning one perk is Maya. He doesn't have Noah to be able to see the additional movement speed. The door on my right-hand side has been open, and I know the only person over here was the injured target, and they are being healed in the exit gate. I'm going to wave this guy over if he's coming, and it looks like Ghostface is going to be with us. He might be going around a corner to try and get a little bit of stalk if he can, but he's going to be trying to cut us off here. I'm still pretty comfortable with my movement that I'm going to be able to make it to the door in time, and unfortunately, that is going to be a GG's for Ghostface, guys. If you enjoyed this educational tutorial of how to use Bond, make sure you guys slap a subscribe button. I do informative, educational, survivor, and killer content 5 days a week over at Twitch if you guys want to pop in and tune into the live streams. Otherwise, you guys can catch the awesome stuff up here as well. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and guys, I will see you in the fog in the next trial. Thank you all for watching.